Hello, it is Krystalracquel and I am back again with another video. I am here today. I wanted to talk about a little topic with you. Also, please make sure you go ahead and send me some videos, topics to the email that I have below, and I will be happy to do a video on that. I want to stop in today. A topic just came up to me yesterday. Someone left a comment on a video saying that they also believe that not only is it not a good idea to do a FaceTime call before a first date, but also it's not a good idea to do a phone call before a first date and you should just text. So I just wanted to talk about that because that may be a thought that a lot of people have. I've shared with you in my videos that I've had success in the method that I used before I got engaged and married. And my method included having 1 to 2 phone calls, short, brief, not extended at all, not hanging on the phone with anyone for too long, because that's not sending the right signal, and that's also going to leave you in a space where you're just wasting your time or talking, and then there's no date that comes about. So is a call a date? A phone call? Is a phone call a date? No, it's not, and I'll share with you why. So I'm not going to go too in depth about what I talked about on my last video, the one about why you shouldn't FaceTime before a first date. But what I do want to discuss with you is a call is a good thing. So a lot of times when you're going to meet someone, you're going to meet them in person. You would meet when you go out. Some people might meet their partner when they go out to church or at the mall or just running errands. But that's a possibility. In this day and age, what's becoming frequent is meeting someone online. So for those of you who haven't had success meeting someone in person, or you want to expand your dating pool, a lot of people have turned to online dating, such as myself. I'm not currently online dating, I'm married, but I just wanted to share a little bit about that. So for those people, women and men who are meeting someone in person, a lot of times the man is going to approach the woman if he sees her out and about. Maybe it might even be in a work situation over time knowing someone, but let's focus on when someone who is considered a stranger approaches you. You would have a short conversation normally. The man wouldn't just walk up to the woman and say, "Hey, what's up? You're pretty, give me your phone number." He would have a little conversation with her if he is respectful and a decent man, or decent gentleman, I should say. But there are, so I just want to give you the backdrop for that instance, right? The man's not just going to approach you and say, "Hey, ma," we hope, "Hey, ma, what's up? Give me your phone number." So let's go to the online dating area. So I've already talked about why you don't FaceTime before a first date. So this video is not for that. For anyone who has a different opinion, that's fine. Go ahead and check out the other video where I actually talk about that. This video's focus is what it should be like, right? So online, when someone approaches you, normally there's a little messaging back and forth. You want to observe from the woman's perspective. I always say women's perspective. She's gonna watch his messages, see if there's anything she can detect that seems off. She's going to not observe him because she can't see him in person, but she's gonna see how he's typing. If that's something big to you, if someone's saying "yo," "you" spelled out like the letter instead of "you," if that's just the only way that they message, for instance, where normally, or a lot of people send messages like that when they're like in their teens, right, or younger. So if somebody's 40 and they're messaging like that, you're gonna think, okay, what's going on here, or what happened, or this person, someone that is going to understand my perspective, where I'm coming from, based on how they're not typing out the words, they're saying using "to," Not to say anything against that person. They could have great character, but those are just things you're gonna look at if that's something that you care about. Or you're gonna be saying, this person is commenting on my appearance a lot. They're just saying how beautiful, gorgeous, sexy I am, and not asking me anything about myself. They don't seem interested in anything about me, just about my physical appearance. Okay, so you're gonna, the ladies should be looking at that, monitoring that, as should the men. And you get a little bit of that from the messaging. And then what's expected is the man, after messaging for a while, not a long period of time either, after, he might ask you a couple questions there through that messaging system, whatever dating app you're using, or however you're speaking to this person. He's going to message you in that way, message you a little bit. And I don't recommend messaging for weeks. Probably within a couple of days, your schedules may not align. So what will happen is he may send you a message. You're not going to be online day in and day out, so you're not going to be there catching every message that he sends. So over a couple of days, let's say he messages you, let's say he messaged you in the morning, you were interested in him, you message back. Let's say he was on when you were on, so he messaged you something else, you message back. Okay, then you're done for the day. You were on for your short period of time. You're a working person, so most likely you're a working person, so you don't have time to be hanging on there all day. So then the next day he messages you again. He's responding to what you said. You're responding back to him. Maybe he's on when you are, and then within those 2 to 3 messagings, he's going to ask for your phone number. If you're comfortable, if you feel like you've learned enough, you've gathered enough based on how he messaged you, you would share it with him. Within those first couple messages, of course, he's going to be asking me questions like, they're probably going to say, what are you on here for? Or, think you're very attractive. They will just ask basic questions, right? But then afterwards, he's going to ask for your number, and if you're comfortable, only if you feel like you know enough to give him your number, you'll give it to him. But if you're not sure, just try to just give it maybe another day of messaging, not back and forth. Just okay, he asked something, he mentioned something about himself, and then you responded. That's, to me, is considered a day's worth of communication. So not just you sitting on the app messaging. No, if that happens maybe once, just a couple responses that were what's the word, that were, I don't know, going on within the same time in a sequence that's close together, then okay, that's fine. But that shouldn't be those 3 days, just you guys messaging back and forth. No, because they should have asked for your phone number by then. My point is, once you feel comfortable with the messaging, after you've seen, okay, it could be 2 days of that or 3 days, and once again, not full days, just the responses. And if you're comfortable, you'll share it. If not, give it another day. Once you're comfortable, and it should be your number. I'm saying if you're comfortable, then I'm assuming it's your number. But if you're not sure and you have a separate phone for this, okay, doesn't matter. As soon as he asks for your phone number, feel free to give him that number. If it's not your personal line, it's just some line that you have for this sort of thing. But anyway, you've exchanged phone numbers. Now, this is how you're going to see. He's going to text you. Okay. The reason why I brought up the thing about meeting somebody in person is because that person has a little conversation with you a little bit, right? Just okay, you seem nice and everything. Hey, I'd be interested in taking you out. Thanks for having this conversation with me, or whatever, So it's not the norm. You're just gonna text somebody. You're texting. So the person texts you now and says, hey, this is so and so from such and such app. Thanks for giving me your number. So I wanted to check in with you. When are you available for a call? Are you available tonight? And then you would respond, of course, accordingly. And don't wait until the next day because you're not giving that person your number. Just respond to them and say, yep, I'm free today, or I'm a little bit busy today, but tomorrow's better, something like that, right? So it doesn't have to be immediately, but you should definitely respond to them that day, unless it's an evening time. If it's 11 o'clock at night, please don't. You're setting that person up to believe that that's okay to do. Even if somebody's messaging you at 7 a.m. or something like that, don't respond until later in the day. They need to, be mindful of your time and respectful. Unless, yeah. So let's say somebody sleeps during the normal day hours. Okay, it's not so bad if they're messaging you then. It's just you shouldn't really probably respond then. That's another story, another topic. So anyway, my point is, basically you want to make sure that you have a conversation with them. So that person's going to set up a call with you. And the reason why I say this is because, okay, do you think that it's, do you think that it's reasonable to just message somebody back and forth and then go on a date? And for some people it might be, but my point is, this is the big one. It takes focus to have a call. You can be doing other things, but you're more likely to be doing other things if you're messaging back and forth, and that person can stop whenever they want. You disappear for a couple minutes. Okay. Oh man, the doorbell rang. Let me go get that. I'll leave my phone over here. Okay, I'll check her message in 5 minutes. Or texting. Oh, I have an incoming call. I can actually answer this call and I'll still text this person back. Let me just text them. In this day and age, you just want to make sure you are focused, disciplined, and you're going to get to see that by having a short call. I recommend having this call because this is going to determine whether you want to go on a date with them, and it's probably going to determine whether or not he actually wants to go on a date with you. So it's best to message for the number, have a call. Even one call is fine. I don't care if it's like 10 minutes is okay. Me, I think before my video I said, like, have a substantial call, like 20-30 minutes, like 2 of those, or like even like 1 call up to an hour. Okay. Basically, you should have some type of a call. In that call, you're going to learn some things, not their life story, not questions that you're going to ask primarily on a first date, but you are going to listen to how they talk. Are they talking a little strange, like putting on a voice that is kind of putting you off or making you think, this person's after something else, they don't seem genuine? Or are they, now that they hear your voice as a woman, if the man hears your voice and he likes your voice, is he like getting a little inappropriate with you now? It's hard to gauge that in a text. So this is specifically for women, why you should. A man, okay, you don't believe in that, okay, that's fine. But for women, it's important to do, because this has happened to me. There was a time where somebody messaged and asked for my phone number and things like that, and then we eventually spoke. And in that call, I gathered that this person was perverted. So I wouldn't have been able to determine that before through just a few messages. So from there, I knew I was not going to go out with that person. So it is important, ladies, you should have at least a phone call with someone, okay? So you definitely want to have a phone call before going on those first dates. And of course, everyone has their own my husband's bothering me, but of course everyone has their their own beliefs and things like that. So yes, it is important to have a conversation before a first date. It's not the most important thing. The most important thing is not to FaceTime, but go watch my video and see some advice from that topic, and you can hear a little bit more about that. That's a very important video. Once again, this video is not about how you should not FaceTime before a first date. That's in another video. Don't focus on that, please. The focus here is that it is a good thing to have a call before a date. And back to the texting, you don't want to set that person up to believe that that's what you want, that's what you accept. If you just do some texting, like for a couple days before the date, they're gonna think that that's normal. So after your first date, it's just gonna be text. You want to set it up to where the person's gonna call you. In my situations, it was mainly calls. With my husband, he called me, or like within the first couple communications when we met, we spoke afterwards. He asked to speak with me, and we had a conversation. It was a nice conversation. And he expressed probably within the first call that he wanted to see me and that he wanted to take me out with the other few as well. I think I mentioned before on a couple of videos that when I was initially dating my husband, there were a total of 3 men that I began to see. And it was very good that there was conversations before our first dates. It set me up to hear a little bit more about them, gather not their life story once again, not first date, not a whole first date list of questions, but it set me up to know, okay, this person's like this. Okay, this is like this. And of course, ladies, do you really want to be asked on a first date through a message, through a text? No. So for the men, never ask a lady on a first date through a text. That's not nice. It's not, what you really want to do is you want to call her up, or first you text, say, hey, can I speak with you? Even if you do want to just ask her on a date straight away, you're going to just ask her for her number, text her, hey, are you available, or when are you available to talk? And then you can talk to her and say, hi, I saw your page, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna have a conversation at least 5 minutes anyway, and then you can ask her on a date. Do it on the phone, men. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this topic. I just wanted to share a little bit about my perspective on that. And if you have any questions, put it down below. I'm open to all feedback. And thank you for the person who had that thought process, because that sparked me to have this video here. That was a good, that was great that you brought that up, because that gives me an opportunity to talk about it. So have a blessed day. Any topic ideas, feel free to put it down below. If you have any questions or concerns, send me in my email down below. Have a blessed day. Bye. I'll be back soon.